Is there an underdog you can see covering?
Yeah, there is one single underdog that I'm especially excited about, and that's the Sacramento Kings at home against Los Angeles Clippers. So the low-key injury for the Clippers is that Isaiah Hartenstein, I think it's an ankle injury, is out of the lineup. And normally you would think like this is a guy who doesn't really matter. He's their backup center. He plays 20 minutes a game, but I think he's the most important defensive player on the team. And with him out, they have to give minutes now to Serge Ibaka, who is a much worse defender. So that makes a little bit of a difference. And then I think we should get Rashawn Holmes back, which is really the key to this game. Sacramento has had major problems with interior defense. Tristan Thompson is playing center, but they don't really have a backup center. They function much better when you put Thompson on the bench. You have Holmes starting. So this is a little bit dependent on Holmes being back. We don't know that for sure yet. He's been dealing with, I think it's an eye injury, but if Holmes is back there, the Kings at +5.5, +6, whatever that number ends up being, I think that's a really good spot.
Which dog you feeling tonight, Friar?
So I like the Magic tonight, but I want to talk a little bit more about the Rockets versus Bucks game instead. There's been a little movement on that. It was at 10.5 when I saw it earlier in the day. It's at 10 now. So make sure you try and get that while it's as high as possible. So I know with the Bucks, they lost to the Cavs recently, but they were depleted. They were without Chris Middleton in that game. Drew Holiday got arrested because that poor dude has been overworked. But when you look back a game further, they lost in overtime to the Pelicans, and that should never happen with the Bucks. So now I know Middleton is back, but Christian Wood is expected to be in the lineup tonight. He's questionable. At least it's for me in the NBA. If it's not, not talking about health and safety protocols. Questionable is just as good as probable most of the time. And then the last time these two teams saw each other, the Rockets only lost by 9 points, which would cover. And then in that game, Giannis was playing, so a pretty advantageous situation for the Rockets to at least cover. I don't expect them to pull off an upset. And the Bucks are 4-8 against the spread as home favorites this season, and the Rockets are 8-7-1 as road dogs against the spread this season. So I like Houston in this one.